back to the Bronx Journal. So what should a parent, a single parent, do with their child when they are attending college classes? Sometimes this situation can prevent college-going parents from attending their classes altogether. Thankfully, here at Lehman College and other colleges around the country, they have formed their own child care centers. Today we have Mrs. Jaci Maurer, the director of the Lehman College Child Care Center, to discuss the services that are provided to Lehman College students who are parents. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
It's fascinating that more and more colleges are doing this. Even high schools are doing this.
Yes.
How long have we been doing this here at Lehman?
At Lehman College, our child care center here started somewhere around the years of 1985, and we've been here for, well, ever since.
And what happens? Exactly what's the purpose?
The purpose is to provide a quality child care program that's an educationally based curriculum to the students of Lehman College while they attend classes to help the retention rates and help them complete their degrees.
So a student may have a 2-hour class one day, drop off the child for that amount of time, or do they drop the child off for a whole day, or just while they're in classes? How does that work?
Actually, we are there to provide care while they are in classes, but keeping the child in mind in itself, we try to encourage parents to enroll their children for at least a half-a-day program, because the majority of our academic program takes place in the morning. But students generally like to schedule extra time in for studies, any extra class projects that they are in, so they can enroll for extra time. But they do need to be here on campus, and you know, the child care is taking care of the little ones as academic needs while the parents are taking care of theirs.
So how many little ones do you have there now?
We have actually 2 programs happening at the center right now. Our toddler and preschool program has a licensed capacity of 55 children. That's full-time enrolled.
And it's full?
We're full right now, yes.
55,
55
wow.
children. Based on part-time schedules, we might have an enrollment of approximately 60, but right now we have 55. Our after-school program has a capacity of 18 children at any one time. Their schedules are a little more sporadic because that is a real drop-off program, and they get homework help and do some activities while their parents attend classes.
What ages?
Those ages for the after-school program are children from 4 years to 9. Our preschool and toddler programs, we service children from 2 years until they turn 5 and go into kindergarten.
So it's interesting that you have all these little kids coming to college.
Oh, yes, yes.
With their parents.
With their parents, and that's what they're going to school, so their mommies and daddies can go to school.
Has there been some kind of study done that finds that some of these kids will eventually be college-bound themselves?
Yeah, we are really providing the foundation for their academic careers, I guess. And yes, you do see research that says children who are enrolled in preschool programs do better academically when they hit into the earlier grades. We hope that we're giving them a really good basis. We really work on social emotional issues as they're going in that prepares them more for academic success, and so that they really enjoy being in school.
And what is the involvement of the parent? Do they actually stay there for a while when they're not in class, or do they leave you guys, the professionals, alone with the kids?
We like involvement from the parents. We think that only encourages the child to be more involved. We have an open door policy. A lot of the parents do come in and spend time in the classrooms. They'll wait outside. We have 2-way, or I guess 1-way mirrors where they can observe their children without the children knowing the parents are there. But parent involvement is really important. It's something we really encourage them to come in, participate, read stories to the kids, you know, maybe do a special little project, share something from their cultures with the children in their class.
So how are the parents who are also students pay for this? Is there a program for them, financial aid for themselves? And some of the students here need many of the students need financial aid.
Yes.
So do they get this as well for the child care?
There are programs for them. First of all, our tuition rates are really reduced because we are catering to a college clientele. So we know, you know, they're in classes, they're not have a really reliable income. So our tuition rates are very low to begin with.
Lower than they would be outside?
Oh yes, very, very much lower.
Okay.
We do offer a federal block grant as well that's based on family size and income that really takes the strain, the financial strain off of them. It doesn't cover the entire thing, but it will reduce it by, say, 50 to 65%.
And what are the challenges of the center?
The challenges of the center, there's so many.
Oh, I thought you weren't gonna. You couldn't think of one, but you can think of many.
No, there are challenges. We really strive to provide a quality program. So we are involved with an association called NAYC, which is the National Association for the Education of Young Children, and this organization really sets forth that programs are providing the best quality child care available for children. So we strive to meet their set of criteria. And it is a challenge. It's a really difficult criteria to meet. So
How many staff members per student?
That is
the ratio?
based. The ratios are based on the age of the child. So say a 2-year-old classroom, the ratios there are 5 to 1. The 3-year-old classrooms, you have 8 children per teacher, and then 4 and up is 10 to 1.
No, they get very good attention then.
A lot of attention. But when they get that young, too, they need that attention. So you'd be surprised how busy 5 2-year-olds can keep one person.
So we mentioned earlier that this is a trend around the world, I guess, where more colleges and universities and even high schools, the high schools all over New York are doing this too, right? A lot of them?
Yeah, there's a lot of young parents, and they need this, to keep them in school so that they can complete their educations and, provide a better life for their families.
So this is only for students. Can staff members at Lehman, faculty at Lehman who have kids drop off their kids as well?
No, right now we only provide the services to students of Lehman College. We hope to, at some point, be able to offer services for staff and faculty, but right now our space is very limited, and we only have space. We have a wait list. So
what happens there? What are the activities that the kids are involved in?
Oh, so many. They come in, they have different developmentally play areas. They play in dramatic play, they play in block area. We really provide a print-rich environment for them, so they're kind of learning through their hands-on play. They'll come in, they'll have a sit-down discussion time with their teachers and read stories, and after that they might have an art activity or some kind of activity going on, a cooking activity, a science project that they're learning from. There's just a lot to keep them there.
Do you find that there are students who may need the center but may not know about it? Is there a situation where what we're doing right now is very important just to get the word out?
Absolutely. It never fails. Even though we've been there for 30 plus years, we always come across a student who says, I had no idea the Child Care Center was even there. So this kind of programming is really helpful to us to get the word out that we are there and we do provide these services for them.
So is there a different program in the after? You mentioned there's an afternoon program, after school program.
Yes.
Is it what happens? What are the activities? Are they different than in the daytime?
They are different. Our after school program really caters to children who have already been in school all day, and they are coming along with their parents so their parents can attend night school. So the activities for the after school program are a little bit more relaxed, not as structured. They do have, probably their most structured part of the day is homework help, because the parents, that's their most important aspect, so that they don't get out of class and have to go home and work on the children's homework and keep them up late at night. So the teachers really work on their homework, and then they have like little art activities or games that go on. So it's a little bit more relaxed and not as academically focused.
So do you receive a fund? Where does the funding come in for your center? Is it all Lehman College, or is it state and federal government money
we have
as well?
the federal block grant, which provides some assistance for the parents. We do get a state allocation as well. We also receive funding from the Department of Education here in New York City, as we have contracted with them to run a universal pre-K program with our 4-year-old group. So there's a couple different funding sources where we could always use more funding sources. With the budget the way it is, money is really tight, so we do our best.
How do you get the word out that this exists for the students? Is it by word of mouth? Do they tell each other, or when they first register here in college, do you ask them, are you pregnant, or is there a child coming, or how does that work?
We usually try to hit the orientations. When the students come in for their freshman orientation or transfer orientations, we have an information table there. We try to advertise on the web page. We do have a website on the web page. But a lot of it is word of mouth and just being seen on campus as well. The children are walking around on campus. And
I've seen them.
yes, sometimes parents just come up, wow, I didn't know you were
What
here.
activities do you do when you take them out of the center? What do you do with them? Because I've seen them walking around on campus in line and very orderly.
Yes,
How
they hold their little loops on the rope. They really take a lot. They're out on campus a lot. We do some activities. We've held the triathlon on campus. We always do that outside so we can hit all the students up for $1 here, $1 there. We've done little bake sales. We had a hot dog stand. The children have also been involved with the gardening project. Whatever we can do to be seen.
Well, these are kids. This is what I'm thinking about. These are kids who will someday be able to say, when I was this high, I was already walking around a college campus.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yes, and it is a lot of fun. I think that's one of my favorite things is when we get kids who come back and say, I'm going to go to college at Lehman College, and I remember being here.
Okay, you mentioned the website. Before we go, tell us where to find you.
The management company website is www.imagineelc.com. You can find the Lehman College Child Care website on the Lehman College website, and we're listed under the Division of Student Affairs.